Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and please do leave us a 5-star review. It helps us more than you can imagine. Anyways, enjoy the podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today it is our debate episode, and as I said before, if you listen to this on the weekend, hopefully you're having a great weekend. Oh no, hopefully it's sunny.
Nice morning walk.
Exactly, yeah, you're walking your dog. A lot of people said that they walk their dog to this.
Nice.
Wholesome.
Somebody said, and I didn't like this, I thought it was very funny, they were like, it's pretty ironic.
What the cat or?
They said, I'm picking up crap as I'm listening to your crap podcast. I was like, oh, lovely. I was like, thanks. I was like, well, you're still listening. I was like, did make me laugh.
The viewing figures
Yes.
increase regardless.
Yeah, and then they laughed and said that they'd please mention that. And I was like, I will do, don't you worry. That's not exactly how they said it. You can imagine it with some other words. But obviously, we're a PC podcast. Today we're doing a debate, Arsenal versus Liverpool this weekend. So I thought, let's do a combined 11. We haven't done one in quite a while, actually. Somebody said that they like these episodes because, again, this is proper pub talk. This is the stupid things we used to do in the back of your school books, and that's the reason why I do this for a job, and I didn't make it.
You still do it in your maths class?
I was going to say, I literally do it. I do it on my whiteboard now at home. We're doing, an Arsenal versus Liverpool combined 11 right now. We're not doing an all-time one. We're doing currently. What has everyone gone formation-wise?
4-3-3.
Okay, perfect.
Correct.
We've all done 4-3-3.
Formation you should do as they both play 4-3.
Exactly. I liked your thought process. So we'll go straight into it. Si, who have you got as your goalkeeper?
Alisson.
And Alisson for me.
You can make an argument for Ray because he's been really good this year, I think.
I did think that.
And it wasn't as clear as you think it is, but Alisson's still the best keeper in the world.
And I've got a sneaky feeling. I think Alisson's going to go this summer.
So do I.
Interesting.
Why have they got Mamadashvili on the way? He's coming this summer.
Yeah.
Well,
He's been on pre-order as well, hasn't he?
Alisson, exclusive,
Alisson?
is going to Barcelona this year.
You think?
Yeah.
I think he's going though, because I still can't get my head around Mamadashvili with the way that everyone sees him and kind of the pedigree and his stocks are so high after that Euros tournament.
Yeah.
Had an incredible season.
Now.
I was going to say, you don't sign a young keeper like that to be a second choice goalkeeper.
No, that's your keeper for the next 6-7 years.
Especially when you got Kelleher, who has been top as well. He's better than a number 2, isn't he, Kelleher? Yeah. And it's a luxury they've had him for so long.
And Alisson's 32, which isn't too good. Old.
But he's always injured every season. Has an injury for 6-7 weeks, isn't he? What?
Sorry,
I missed it.
No, it's every time I hear Kelleher mentioned now, I think back to that clip. I think I put it in the group, and it was that Liverpool fan who was running a podcast, and he found out the Pope had died, but he thought he meant Nick Pope.
Oh, sorry,
he was like, "Oh no, they're going to come for Kelleher. They're going to come for Kelleher."
It's so good.
So every time I hear his name mentioned now, I'm like, "Oh no," tickles me.
I'm just looking, and his contract expires in June 2027.
Kelleher's.
Yeah, I don't know, Alisson. So like, I can see the value in him is probably quite high. So I think he's going. That's my little
I think he's going to
prediction.
go Barcelona because I think we're going to keep Szczesny for another year, but I don't know. Actually, he's actually been the number 1 there. I just can't see it.
He's had a good year.
He's had a really good year.
But I think I was reading I read an article on it that everyone's saying he's having a good year, and Barcelona fans are giving him a bit of credit because he came out of retirement, obviously came back, has done a job for them, but realistically he's not good enough. Like, he has made quite a few mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone gives him a bit of a break because they're like, he's doing us a favour here.
And again, Ter Stegen, as good as he is very injury prone, and I think that might cut losses with Ter Stegen to free up the wage bill a bit as well because he's on big money there.
Yeah.
I really honestly think Alisson's going to go there.
Well, there we go. We've got Alisson as our number 1. And I'm intrigued. I'm glad because I do think it was actually... They're probably arguably the 2 best goalkeepers in the league.
Correct.
I'd say there's definitely an argument for it.
This time last year, I'd have gone Raya comfortably. But there's something about him this year I just haven't quite like. He's had moments where he's pulled out saves that he absolutely should not be making. And that's phenomenal. Then he's had other moments, like a couple of weeks back when they played Palace. That whole game, he looked like a nervous wreck. He couldn't claim anything. His distribution was awful. Unusual, a bit inconsistent at times.
Yeah. Okay then, right back.
Timber.
Ooh.
Trent.
I've gone Trent. I flirted with the idea of Timber.
Timbers look very good.
But my logic was, and this might sound stupid. I don't think Timber my logic was Ben White has literally come back and instantly gone straight back into the 11. So I'm thinking, how can I put Timber in if he's not even when injuries are like gone? Timbers drops instantly from right back because he's filling in a gap. But I understand how good he has been this season.
I also think Timber's one of those defenders that Arteta, when Timber's fit, Arteta finds a way to start to play.
Oh yeah, he'll always get in there.
He always
centre back, left back, right back. Yeah,
there's always a position for Timber. And I think that speaks volumes of how good he is, as well, how versatile he is as well.
Could he do a job in the middle?
Well, centre half, or you mean centre mid?
Holding.
probably.
If Party goes and they don't necessarily replace, technically he's good enough. He's good enough on the ball.
Well, Ben White's done that as well. I mean, previous years I know.
Yeah.
But obviously he was born centre half and shifted to right back. But he used to be centre mid for Bryce and Leeds, wasn't
Did
it?
it for Leeds a few times, yeah. No, I don't mind the Timber shout. I think this was another one of the positions where I was a bit like, I could pick either.
Yeah.
I don't think Trent's actually been that good this year. I think it's been Trent. He's been pretty still good at hitting.
I think he's the what's the word? When you've created these standards now that
he's a victim of his own success.
Yeah, I think he's one of the players that we do this for, where we think, well, he hasn't got 15 assists this season, so but he's still been incredible.
But then I was still thinking about when he played Chelsea and Madueke went past him. Oh, no, sorry, against Man City, and Doku went past him 15 times in a single half.
Yeah,
I just can't get past that.
I hear that. But I look at it and just think overall, I don't think those two are too far off each other. No. I don't mind.
Pros and cons to both players.
Yeah, exactly. Centre back partnership.
I
think we've all gone the same.
Virgil and Gabriel.
Yeah, I thought that.
I think that was it.
Self-explanatory, really, isn't it?
The ball of the gazelle.
Yeah, literally. I thought of you as I was doing it too.
Because you kind of Saliba and Van Dijk. You kind of two gazelles.
And I just don't think Saliba's been as important for Arsenal this season.
Yeah, there's been sort of weird rotation with Konate, and then you get Kwanzaa and
even Endo's centre half as well.
Well, exactly.
Joe Gomez when he was fit here and there.
Yeah, I look at Konate and I think Konate was. How I compared him to Gabriel is Konate was in a position where there was an argument last year: is he better than Gabriel? And we spoke about how important Saliba was for Gabriel. Same with Konate, and it was like, are they actually good in their own rights? And we've seen this season Gabriel has stepped up massively. That when Saliba's not there, he's been the main man, and when Saliba's been there, he has become the main man. Whereas you don't look at Konate and think he's done the same.
So I said before, or at some point this year, I said it wouldn't be a huge issue if Van Dijk left, because I think Konate can probably sort of step up now. After then watching more and more, I think Konate only looks as good as he does because Van Dijk's there. Whereas
I used to think the same with Gabriel, yeah.
Yeah, whereas he's
progressed massively.
Yeah.
And I think with Konate, he's often quite injured as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Whereas Van Dijk is a mainstay.
Yeah.
Hard. I mean,
for the most part,
other than the horrific injury he had against Everton a few years back, he's always there. He's always fit.
Yeah.
And there's a weird thing I was reading today about Saliba after Madrid. I didn't realise, so I just want to confirm this. Yeah, so his contract expires in 2027.
Okay, 2 years. Yeah.
And apparently there's been no movement.
So they're gonna
and Real Madrid are linked already. And I was thinking, we know how this goes. This is going to be run into the ground.
I think you've got to rate Real Madrid's transfer strategy now. They plan transfers so far in advance to get them on a free.
Yeah.
You've got to really rate it, haven't you?
It's like the definition of planting a seed as well, isn't it? So you keep doing what you're doing,
and it'll be 26,
and we'll have you, but we'll have you on a free. Exactly. But by that point, who are they going to move on? They'll probably move Rudiger on at that point, wouldn't they?
So I was even linked, for example, Yoro in the summer. Thank you.
I knew where you were going. I knew exactly
because he was a year away from being contract was over at Rennes. Was it Rennes he came from?
Lille.
And now Real Madrid were like, just wait a season, do what you do. You come to us for free. Obviously, Yoro was an impatient, went to United for 60 mil, whatever. But you can guarantee at the end of that contract, if Real Madrid are still interested,
he'll go there. Yeah,
he's going to Real Madrid, isn't he? And
I wonder whether they may have a few questions over him now.
Well, there is that.
But potentially, I was going to say, maybe they think, we might have got this on
He's
right.
still like 18, 19, isn't he?
Yeah, I know he's young. He's got time, isn't he?
Okay, then. Left back. I've now got Timber in. So I can play him wherever I want.
Yeah. Can't argue that.
No, I wanted to put Marskelian, but I was I looked at Miles O'Skelly. Sorry, Mike. I thought it's probably too early. I don't feel I've seen enough. Even though he's been incredible, I haven't seen enough of him.
Right now.
Exactly. No, but I don't think I've seen enough of him.
I've had him in.
I've had him in as well.
I've had him in.
I think in a few months' time, I'll have him in.
I've seen enough of Robertson from not to be Robertson right now.
Yeah, I get that. I just thought this is my chance to squeeze Timber in. I was just like, I can put him anywhere I want.
Lovely.
Yeah, I get you. I get
Where
you
you trying to squeeze it in?
wherever you want. I think the logic with Miles O'Skelly. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I was like, I still want to see a bit more of it because we still have only seen half a season.
It's mental in half a season. He's also become then like 2 starts for England as well.
Yeah.
Like the trajectory is ridiculous.
I just want to
sent off twice as well.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna be like just trying to hold my horses. When I had him in my England team for next summer because I still think he's going to keep progressing, but I'm just like I want to give him a little bit of a chance.
Luke Shaw will come back by that point.
No, don't even another own goal. Yeah, that's what we need. But no, I completely get the thought process.
Yeah, it's like Will Hughes when he runs down a contract, isn't he?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Luke Shaw with a major tournament.
So John Stones as well, to be fair, in it. Both of them.
Literally.
Injury-ridden, major tournament for England. I'm available. I'm cured.
Literally. It's
and
mental.
they're both in fantastic form normally when we go.
But yeah, I get the thought process on Lewis Kelly. I know.
Yeah.
I know people are going to probably go, what on earth do you think?
Oh, I wasn't sure at first, but actually he's just consistent. He's a consistent 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I don't think Robertson's that anymore. Tsimikas is definitely not that. Christ.
They're going to sign a left back this summer, aren't they? It's just one of those ones where everyone knows it's coming. Yeah. And they've got a choice of a lot of good left backs.
But the issue is that everyone knows they need a left back, so everyone's going to put their left back up, value up by 10 mil, aren't they?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then. Next position. Into the midfield. Can you we will do our 3. Just purely because I know everyone will have potentially done it slightly different, how everyone wants the game. Even though it's a 4-3-3, it depends how you look at it. So who are your 3, Si?
I went for Rice, McAllister, and I still went with Odegaard.
Oh, okay.
Still went with him.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, I suppose.
Different. And what have you gone for?
Rice, McAllister, Gravenberch.
Gone the same as you. I think McAllister, and I've said it before, is my favourite player in the league right now. In the sense of when I talk midfielders, him and Bruno Guimaraes. I wanted him in there. I had to.
Yeah.
The balance between tidy, technical, gifted footballers and ratters. And Declan Rice has that in him. But this season we've seen him step up more so in his technical game, haven't we?
Rice is just a Rolls Royce.
I was thinking about Partey
Rice,
potentially.
good.
With him, that's good. I like that. Gravenberch, I do like, but I still think people have got a little bit ahead of themselves with him.
I think he's fallen off second half of the season.
Because he's shattered before. Before 2 weeks ago, he'd pretty much played every minute of every game. Because if you look, he's now their 3rd most played for minutes behind Van Dijk and Salah.
Oh, really?
But before a couple of weeks back, he was above them. And he's gone from playing no football whatsoever under Klopp to you are the main man with Virgil van Dijk. So I like him, but I do think people do get carried away with him just purely because he's gone from absolutely nothing
to everything. At all times.
Can we also forget as well? He did cost 40 mil.
Yeah, stocks were high anyway from it Ajax to Bayern.
Well, yeah, Bayern didn't do well at Bayern at all. Was constant on the bench. They were lucky they got 40 mil for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But then year nothing under Klopp, I just say. And then suddenly was like, oh, he's actually a really good footballer. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised he cost 40 mil. Like for that sort of value, he should be.
But I'm intrigued by the Odegaard shout. Sorry, so talk us through the thought process for that.
Yes, please do.
I still think he's a very gifted footballer, and I know he has been lacking of assists and goals this season. But I just still like watching him. I still think he's a very creative footballer.
So you've put him in the most informed combined 11 right now.
Yeah, I'll take that. Because Gravenberch has dropped off as well.
I can. Do you know what? And this is going to sound ridiculous. I can see why you've done it because I also still think he has a role, and I think there's a lot of pressure on him. And now because we're asking him to do something that he's never really done, and so that everyone's now asking about the goals and assists. That's always been the question mark with Odegaard.
But I also
he's never had that.
I also think his assist numbers are down. We know that this year. But look at the chances that Arsenal miss constantly. If you actually look at the chances he creates, he's still one of the best.
Okay.
It's like, I remember earlier this year, Matt, you said how poor season Bruno Fernandes was having, but he was actually the top of chances created, just that United weren't scoring.
Yeah, I do think there's some essence to that, but I do also think he has been poor for his terms.
But again,
when you look at him,
yeah,
from like his actual impact on games, like you watch the PSG game for an example, if I use that in isolation, there were so many times where you looked to him, whereas before he used to be the main man for the press. He was the main man. Everything came through him. He used to take the ball off the centre backs, didn't he, at times?
Mike did a big thing about it. Yeah,
it used to all come from him,
yeah.
and I used to look out for that. And after watching that, I was like, I see what he said. But then I do think this season there's been a bit more of a, especially recently, this second half of the season, since he's come back from injury, he hasn't had that influence on games that I expected him to.
But he's not. But with my team, I'll create tactics where he flourishes.
Yeah, I can see what, because he's definitely a great footballer. Because I think that the thing when people talk about the goals and assists, that he's never had that in his game. He's only had one season where he's really hit those numbers. That's not what he does. So I do think sometimes when we put him into that number 10 role, he has a different type of player. But I agree, he's not been great.
He's the assister.
Has he almost been stifled slightly because Rice this season has just levelled up completely, and he's now that complete box to box. He will drop deep. He will collect the ball. He will drive the team up the pitch, doing what Odegaard did at times.
Yeah, potentially.
Or most of the time last year.
Well, yeah, because Rice is so important now, isn't he? He's
exactly.
Like the figurehead to it all.
Exactly. So he now isn't doing the role he was so good at last year, and has sort of maybe struggled to deliver in that more specified role this year.
More as a creator now, isn't he?
But he's also not as good as Rice at doing that.
Yeah, I know.
So
what you mean.
because Rice is more dynamic, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's worth saying.
And he's got more physicality to his game as well, which is always gonna. He's just a better all-around footballer. But then, if you're not as good as that person in that role, so you're not going to do that role, but then you're not providing in this new role now. It's like, okay, so
he's gone from a dictator to a creator, and he's not good enough to create. I think of it like that, because everything before he used. That's what Rice. But Rice can do both.
Yeah,
and Rice is doing both, and I do agree. I think actually that's a good point. I had never thought of it like that.
He's gone from a dictator to a creator, and I don't hate you. I don't like to slate you.
But see you later.
Gator.
I like that shout though. I think all of these midfields work in there, and I don't think it's as mental a shout as it probably originally sounds. But I do
talk it through.
Yeah, but I'm also still think it's silly.
But with my forward line as well, like he's going to love that, and he's actually got a striker.
Okay, yeah. Now this is where I'm intrigued. What is your front three then, Si?
It's a fluid front three.
I thought, how am I going to do this? And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to, for once, not fudge this. I'm going to actually put people in their positions. I was like, I'm not going to do the thing, and I'm going to upset some people here. I'm going to miss out.
I've just got a front three who rotate around, so I'm not going to say specific positions.
I like that. No,
just forwards of Salah, Saka, and Diaz.
I respect it. I wanted to do it, but I get called out for sitting on the fence, so I'm actually not fudging it today. What have you gone for?
Salah, Saka, and Trossard.
What positions?
Saka right wing.
Salah
sorry.
right
No.
Sorry.
I've got a right forward and a right winger.
And they've got Trossard on the left. We've got no one in the middle.
But Declan Ross will come through, it's fine.
Salah right wing, Saka left wing, Trossard down the middle.
But that's a nice position.
I can see. It would still work.
Yeah, it would, you're right.
I did statistical research as well.
Did you?
So I was like, there's just no way I can put.
Can I interrupt? Sorry, Barcelona 3-2. Sorry, there you go. Carry on. You've done your statistics. Rafinha, 88th minute. He's going to get the Ballon d'Or. He's actually going to get the Ballon d'Or.
I love him. I love it.
And he's better than Messi. I can't believe
that
it.
actually isn't officially now, isn't he?
No,
he's got more goal contributions in than Messi has ever got in one Champions League campaign.
I rate it so highly.
Carry on, sorry.
I love Rafinha.
So I did like some statistical research. Trossard, he's hit double figures for the year. He's got 6 assists on top, just in the Prem.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind it. I would rather have him down the middle than Nunes, for example.
Oh, he's missing the week. Is that ahead of him?
Don't. I just can't. But that is the story of his Liverpool career.
Yeah.
Go on. Have you got Nunes?
No, absolutely no chance. If there's the only time you'll ever get Nunes in a team of mine is either my most hated 11 or
Just
overrated,
worst 11.
yeah, or worst. I've won because I really thought, who can I have up top? Because these two sides that aren't blessed with strikers,
No.
and it blew my mind when I was thinking about it. And I thought, do you know what, I'm going to stick to it. So I've gone Salah on the right. So I've got no Saka. I'm just putting it out there now. I'm not fudging it. I'm going to stick
We're
to
sticking
my
with
guns
positions.
here. Yeah, Diaz on the left.
Yeah.
And then your striker positions, you've either got Trossard, Marino, Nunes,
Shotter.
Jota, and I've gone Jota. Not had the best of campaigns,
No.
but I look at him, 9 goal contributions in the Premier League this season. Not great.
But how many appearances as well is an important factor. for
He's
that.
played quite a lot.
Why is it this
He's played
year?
29,
We've
24.
We've missed quite a big name as well, or someone who we've, as a podcast,
Havertz.
have come. No,
Not King Kong.
Gakpo.
Yeah, I thought about him, but then I was like,
But he had
he's
a
played
drop
a
off.
lot on the
Yeah.
left, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's him or Diaz.
He had a good period in there for about 10 games. And just dropped off again.
Purple game. That's
Purple
not what I meant to say.
game?
Purple
Yeah.
patch player.
Purple game.
But
He had a great purple game.
I looked at the striker position. I really struggled because I don't think there's any standout for either of them.
No, there isn't.
Because Gakpo can play up front as well, you say, but
But I was like, I'm not
But
going to
Di-
fudge it
but
for
to be fair,
once.
yeah,
I'm
Diaz
gonna-
has been more of a striker recently,
Yeah.
hasn't he, for Liverpool?
But then he's moved out onto the left recently.
Again,
I'm
yeah.
like, what are you doing to my team?
The only natural striker out of both teams at the minute is Nunes,
Which is, yeah, a nice pony.
and that's just not happening.
Yeah.
No.
And that one chance Nunes missed on the weekend where he had a header from like 6 yards out and nearly went out for a throw in. I saw that and I was like, I can't.
Is there an echo in here?
When I saw that, I was like, I can't have him anywhere near my team. Sorry, was that what you were saying? Is that what you said earlier? It was as I was. What, I've missed that. Was that what you said when I was researching something? I was looking at his goal contributions when you were talking. Sorry, that's my fault. After that, though, that's why he's nowhere near my team.
That's all right.
Five
good
goals and
Paris.
5 goals and 2 assists for Nunes. So that was my logic.
Yeah.
Jota has still got more.
I
So I
see.
was like, I'm going to stand by that.
And Jota's efficient, like, especially when he's on form as well.
And he's played less
top.
games than Nunes.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was my logic.
This is why I stayed quiet, because in the previous episode you was going, and they start in there Trossard up front. Why did they have Trossard? Relatively efficient.
Yeah, no, as a squad
Unlike
player.
quietly
Yeah,
efficient.
he's a squad player, isn't he? He's one that you want to have in and around. And
Yeah.
I remember I read an Arsenal article about it.
and he's knackered.
all the time, yeah. Doesn't get any sleep.
No.
But
35 games, 8 goals, 5 assists.
yes, it's not a bad return,
No,
is it?
yeah.
At all? And somebody said this, that Trossard is the most frustrating player in the sense of whenever he's on the bench, he plays incredibly and you want him to start.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
whenever he starts, you then want him back on the bench. He's like,
Yeah.
you've got this proper love-hate. So he's a good squad player, so I don't mind that at all.
It's like the Paddy Power advert, super sub.
He's a powerful one to bring on as well, isn't he? But yeah, apologies for repeating you. I was checking Jota's goal contributions. I realised my notes had got everyone else's but his. So I don't know why. I think it's
Good.
probably because I took him out and put him back in. I had an
Yeah.
argument with myself all day
Did
about
ya?
who I was having in the striker position. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I was like, I'm going to put Salah. I was like, no, I'm going to stick to my guns. And the comments have got to my head, the DMs basically, that they say I sit on the fence. I always get messages asking me if the splinters are hurting and stuff like this. And I was like, do you know what? No, I'm going to give an actual opinion today. There you go. Not that you're in my ever.
So how much better is Salah than Saka then? Clear.
Clear.
obviously.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
actually think that's a
Yeah,
discussion.
you're
To be
right,
fair, as much as I hate it, I prefer Saka as a player. 100%. I prefer him as a winger.
Yeah.
But Salah, you can't argue. Salah is one of the most frustrating
Again,
players
the
ever.
efficiency of
Yeah,
Salah is ridiculous.
You just can't argue with
Exactly.
the productivity.
Yeah, that's what I hate about him. Because I watch him so many times where he drops absolute stinkers and he still comes away with 2
Yeah.
goals and
Yeah.
an assist.
I
And I'm like,
remember, especially for like a few years ago, Wolves were, I think, we were winning 1-0 to Liverpool. We lost game 2-1. Salah scored twice in 5 minutes, and he was awful. 85 minutes was horrendous. Didn't know he was on the pitch, and just did two moments of magic.
That's what he
And
does,
that's
doesn't he?
it. And that's
what
what
we do.
And that's why he plays 90 minutes every single game.
Yeah.
because
You keep him there for what he could
Yeah.
do for you.
and more times than not, he still produces,
yeah, definitely.
which is a talent in itself.
100%.
Sorry, I thought you were going to provide
No,
a
you
Champions
go.
League update.
No, go for it. Sorry, no.
No.
I was locking my phone. It's still got Darwin Núñez open on my phone. His stats. So I was just like, I don't want to see that.
It is a weird screen
Literally,
saver.
like I glanced at my phone. It was like Núñez, 25. It's a 25-year-old. I was like, get out of my way. You're
I
annoying
thought it was
me
a new
now.
Twitter account.
No, that's
Núñez
just
25.
it's my secret one. Núñez season 25. That's my account. If you want to find me. I thought you were going to make an announcement then for a stat. You look like you glanced at your phone. But
No, there's just been 93 minutes and all Sky Sports have put is off the post.
3-3. Inter Milan have just scored.
Oh my goodness!
Jeez.
What a game!
I know,
6-6 aggregate then.
6-6, yeah. Jeez, that's mental. What an incredible 90 plus 3, just wow.
We've missed that game to record the pod for you.
Yeah, this is what we do. I'm going to be
Feel
watching
privileged.
the full 90 tomorrow. Though.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's where my
Well, you
job
can.
is. I was going to say it's my job, isn't it? That's my job. I've got to.
It's not over yet.
It's on downstairs, so once we wrap this up, we can watch the. If
Extra
you want to watch,
time,
if
yeah.
you want to watch any of it,
Lemon's in bed and so's Pippa, so I can watch that.
you may as well come on down.
Happy
Yeah, you may
days.
as well.
Yeah.
But manager-wise, who have you got? And you combine 11. After what we said earlier, I'm intrigued now to see.
What do you think?
On this spot. La, 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 la.